Hi, welcome to mediatorpodcast.com, a podcast and video series about mediation, negotiation, and collaboration. My name is Melissa Gragg, and I'm a valuation expert and divorce mediator in St. Louis, Missouri. I specializing in divorce and partnership disputes, but today we're going to discuss overcoming financial abuse and insights from a financial analyst with Leah Hadley. She's actually a CDFA or Certified Divorce Financial Analyst and an Accredited Financial Counselor, which we'll talk more about soon. But Leah is based in Cleveland, Ohio, and she's committed to working with people in a very compassionate fashion and offering them financial guidance through different life issues such as divorce. She's also a best-selling author. She has an amazing amount of knowledge, and we're going to get into some pretty good topics. So welcome, Leah. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Melissa.
Are there patterns that you're seeing kind of replicate in maybe the financial abuser that you see or maybe talk about a little bit?
So some of the patterns are similar to what you've talked about, where they do seem to be generational, where, this is how money was handled. And really that person does not see it as abuse at all. This is how money is handled, right? Doesn't make it okay. If you don't have access to your own money, that is financial abuse. But that is certainly a pattern that we see. But there's a lot of things that we see that come up for a variety of different reasons with folks. And a lot of times it really stems from, and it's important to note, I will say that it is across the board. So it doesn't matter how much wealth you have, whether, you have a significant amount of debt or you have a tremendous amount of wealth, financial abuse goes across the spectrum, right? But we see people who are under stress financially, maybe a job loss, or there's something that happens that can change the nature of the relationship with money, can create something that maybe the person who was taking a little bit more responsibility for the money feels ashamed about, or doesn't want to doesn't want their partner to know about. A lot of times there's something that starts a negative pattern. A lot of times we also see it even, and I was actually just talking with a woman this morning about it, in prenuptial agreements. I mean, really reading those and understanding what you're agreeing to is so important. I think prenuptial agreements are great, but they're great if you really fully comprehend what you're agreeing to, right? And so understanding, but what you can see is for some people that they have started and prepared for this relationship very, very early on in the relationship. And, people are in love, they want to move forward, whatever, and they just kind of disregard and don't pay attention to those signs that are very clearly right in front of them. But a lot of times people are also doing it because something else has happened where they're feeling like they need to protect themselves, right? I mean, if I think about, and my grandparents were great, they had a good, communication around money. They were the Depression era. They grew up. My grandfather was extremely, extremely frugal though, right? He didn't like to spend anything. And so that was very evident in the way that he handled money all the time. Sometimes when people go through an experience like that, that's why they hide money. There's something that has happened that leads to this behavior. Another one that's really interesting to me, Melissa, and this was just surprising to me, I guess, when I got into the profession, although I've seen it plenty now that it's not a surprise at all. There's a lot of pressure on people who have very high income to live a particular lifestyle. And so a lot of these folks are living well above their means, and they don't want their spouse to be aware of it. And so a lot of times things are hidden in terms of additional debts and things like that, because they're trying to maintain this lifestyle. So we see different patterns and, different reasons for the patterns, but it definitely exists.